Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Scarlett Rose. Hey, for those that are new, visiting my channel, welcome. For those that have been joining me every week since the very beginning, thank you so much for helping me grow my channel. Hey, today I have a great, delicious recipe. This is my homemade baked macaroni and cheese. But I started off on the stove, y'all, first. And then I add it in the oven. So y'all just gotta check out my recipe. So let's get into this recipe. I'm gonna share some of the items that I am going to be using to make this delicious macaroni and cheese. We're going to be using some real butter, some sour cream, some onions already diced. We're gonna use some Kobe shredded cheese, with the Monterey Jack cheeses is in there. We're going to use a little vegetable oil, some Velveeta blocked original cheese, some Creamette noodles, elbow macaroni noodles, some Saturn's Creole, some white pepper. We're going to use some pure ground black pepper and some salt, some paprika, and we're going to use a little flour as well. So let's go ahead and get into this recipe. I've already added some water into this pot. We're going to set this to medium heat, a little bit medium heat, and we're going to start off with a little salt. I love to add a little bit of salt in my water. Y'all, my family loves my macaroni and cheese. They don't like that store-bought box macaroni and cheese. They love this homemade baked macaroni and cheese. This recipe can be made for any holiday, any event. Thanksgiving is coming up. Christmas is coming up. Potlucks, family dinners, gatherings. This is a great recipe to use, y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy it. In fact, I know y'all will enjoy it. So let's go ahead and add these noodles to the water. We're gonna let that boil. This is a 16-ounce box. So we're gonna go ahead and let that boil. And once that's done boiling, we're going to use this same pot to make our roux for our macaroni and cheese. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hey, it's fall, it's football season. Hey, let's get ready to rock and roll. Guys, I have forgot a few items that I left out that are must-haves in this recipe. We are going to use some milk. I got 2% milk, but you can use whole milk. Some people use different things to make their macaroni and cheese. I'm going to be using a little flour. I'm going to use an egg, some butter. I am going to add, since I already added the salt into the pot with the noodles, I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable oil in there as well. This helps keep the noodles from sticking. So we're going to wait until this comes to a boil and the noodles are soft, and that's how we'll know that these noodles are done. We don't want them to be all the way done, but all right, you guys, the noodles are done. They are soft, as you can see. We're going to take this drainer and we're going to drain these noodles. And we're going to go ahead and make that roux, y'all. We're going to make that roux. So we're going to use the same pot. But what I do with the noodles is I go over it with a little cold water. I rinse a little bit of cold water over these noodles. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the same pot. We're going to take some onions, But before we take the onions, we're going to take some butter. This is like a half a stick of butter. We're going to make our roux now for this macaroni and cheese. So we have it on medium heat. Let that butter melt. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of this already diced up onions. We're going to use a couple of pinches. I don't know if y'all ever tasted onions in your macaroni and cheese. It's the bomb, y'all. This is a little twist to it. I saw the Neelys do this years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. And I've been doing this for the longest, and it's really, really good. Maybe add a little bit more onions. We're going to go ahead and season this with a little white pepper. Again, season to your taste. I don't use exact measurements. We're going to use some black pepper now. We're going to use some Saturn's Creole seasoning. And by the way, this is low in sodium as well. Most of the seasonings that I do cook with is low in sodium. Or you have a choice of purchasing in the low sodium. But this is low sodium, by the way. And all of the products that I'm using today, you will be able to find these products in the bottom in my description box. And so basically we're sauteing these onions, as you can see. We want these onions to become soft. And we're melting that butter with these onions. And again, this is an easy macaroni and cheese recipe. And it is the bomb, y'all. It is the best macaroni and cheese. You know, everybody has their own macaroni and cheese recipe. But I just perfected this throughout the years of things that I have tasted from tasting other people's macaroni and cheeses. And I just perfected it to the way I like it. And this recipe is the bomb, y'all. It is the bomb biggie. You got to try it. You have to try it. So those noodles, excuse me, these onions are soft. And we can go ahead and get into, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit on low. And we're going to take this box of macaroni, this box of Velveeta cheese, and we're going to cut up this Velveeta. I want to say macaroni and cheese. We're going to cut up this Velveeta, as you see. Let me set this over here. I like to cut the macaroni and cheese, or the Velveeta cheese, while it's already in the package. And then you can you'll just watch me, y'all. And we're going to use all of this cheese. We love some macaroni and cheese. So let's turn this back up on medium heat a little bit, because we're going to get ready to make this roux. Again, these onions are soft in this butter. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a few pinches of this flour. Just to cover the onions. And this helps make your roux. It thickens that sauce up. So now we're going to, do I have my whisk? We're going to add some milk. This is about 4 cups of milk, but we may need more. I'm going to pour all of this milk in here. Yes, we're definitely going to need more milk. I'm going to pour another 4, but we may not use it all. So I used about almost 3 cups. 3 cups of milk. Three more cups of milk. So about 7 cups of milk altogether. And we're just gonna whisk this. While that's heating up, we're gonna start adding this cheese in here. And this is our roux we're making for this macaroni and cheese. This is the roux. We're going to add these noodles back in here, but we want to melt this cheese in this roux that I'm making. So let's turn this on medium high, and we're just going to go ahead and keep whisking this cheese until it melts. We want to melt this cheese into this milk and these onions and this flour. And we may even add a little bit more flour. So just whisk this, put this on medium high. I'm turning the fire up on this because we want to melt this cheese down, like medium high. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and preheat this oven to about 400 degrees. Bake. Because after I make this roux and add this macaroni and cheese, we're going to pour it into this pan. And we're going to bake it for like 15 minutes on 400 degrees. So you just keep whisking this until this cheese melts into this milk. Add a little bit more. Add some of this Creole seasoning in here. Add some of this black pepper. Add some of this white pepper. All right, you guys, we're going to turn this down to medium low, and that cheese has melted. I want to show y'all the consistency of my roux and what the roux should look like. This is the roux. As you all can see, this is the roux. That cheese has melted down. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to take these noodles and we're going to pour them into this pot. And now what we're going to do is we're going to season just a little bit more with some Saturn's Creole, some more white pepper, some black pepper, we're going to take this egg and we're going to stir it up in here. Just one egg. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of this sour cream, maybe about 2 dollops. That helps your macaroni and cheese. It's so good to have a little dollop of of sour cream in there. It's just really, really good. Just stir that in there really well. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some of this Colby Jack shredded cheese, shredded Colby Monterey cheese blend. And we want to save some of that because we're going to garnish the top with that once we put it in this baking dish. Just mix that in there really good. I'm trying to melt some of this sour cream in here. But if it doesn't melt all the way, it will melt in the baking pan. All right, so use this easy cleanup. We're going to use this to pour the macaroni and cheese into here. We're going to bake it for about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, just until it's thickened and golden brown. Show you guys. Finish this off in the oven. So we start this off in the stove first. This macaroni recipe is not going to last long. Not at your party and your gathering or potluck or whatever it is. This recipe does not last long in my house. Slide this on one of your old cookie sheets so it's easy to pull out. So right now what we're going to do is we're gonna season this a little bit more. So what we're going to do is let's add a little bit of Saturn's here, a little bit of paprika just for coloring, just for the coloring at the top, not for taste. Paprika is just for coloring. And we're going to take a couple things of butter. We're going to set it. All right, now add a little bit more pepper. Love black pepper on my macaroni and cheese. I just do. I think we already added the white pepper, but just a little bit more just in case. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to top this off. I promise you guys are going to love this. This best macaroni and cheese, y'all. It's delicious. And again, you use some of your own favorite cheeses that you like, but this is an easy recipe that you can make, or you can substitute with whatever favorite cheeses that you like. This and put this in the oven for about 15 minutes. Again, highly recommended that you put, this is a aluminum foil pan from the Dollar Tree, 99-cent store. So put it a cookie dish underneath it, a cookie tray, and it'll help you keep it steady and it doesn't fall or spill. So let's put that in there for about 15 minutes until it's golden brown and thickened up. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and take out this macaroni and cheese. This delicious, best macaroni and cheese. All right, you guys, let's take this out. There is that macaroni and cheese, y'all. Y'all see it? Doesn't that look delicious? Delicious, y'all. Delicious. Hey, if y'all haven't already hit that like and that subscribe, hit it now. And be sure to comment and share my page and like my page and tell me how y'all love this recipe. Again, I appreciate you all coming by and stopping by and checking out my delicious recipe and cooking with me. I hope y'all have a blessed week. And this is that delicious, best macaroni and cheese, y'all. Doesn't it look delicious? Doesn't it look delicious? Hey, y'all. Check it out. Have a blessed one. Bye.